transition into you won a 7-Eleven contest and they gave you a store.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, right?
They didn't give it to me. I earned the hell out.
Okay. Okay.
If you want to be honest.
Yeah. So take us through. How did all this even come about?
The contest is a backstory. You can't even enter the contest unless they would choose you to be a franchisee anyway. So it's just not one of those things where you just applied and it was a popularity contest. Like, no, like they scrutinize you like they do every other franchisee that comes that way. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have a store. So you need to be able to have and to maintain and to hold that store like every other franchisee. So money-wise, background-wise, just everything. Like you have to have it. You know what I mean? So I went through the same process that every other, and I like to reiterate that because people feel like I was just given something, and that's not what that was. It was giving me an opportunity for something that a person of color and a young person of color and a young female person of color would not have necessarily been able to do financially. However, I earned my right to be there like everybody else.
Okay. So did you go through the process first, or did you automatically apply for the competition?
Nah, so I ended up my father, so backstory, my parents are entrepreneurs.
Okay.
My mother's a realtor. I saw her retire from the telephone system and, still have a daughter to raise. And so she became a realtor and built her own mini empire. And I just love seeing her thrive. And then my father franchised 3 McDonald's in the Oak Cliff area of Dallas.
Okay.
And so I knew what franchising was through my dad. And I knew what entrepreneurship was. And so when I was just fed up with corporate America, I was like, well, let's see what's next. Let me look into franchising. So I sought out 7-Eleven to get a store to begin with, and was going to buy a store from 7-Eleven to begin with. In the process, they were having a contest that they told me about, and said that I could get a much better store in a much better location with a much better opportunity for myself. So.
Oh, okay. Now, why did you choose 7-Eleven and not McDonald's?
Oh, man. Who's to say I didn't choose McDonald's?
Oh, okay.
Who's to say I didn't apply for Chick-fil-A?
Okay.
Who's to say I didn't apply for other things? Like, you just don't, you know what I mean? It's like colleges. You just don't apply to one. Like, you apply to a bunch of them and you see, like, what's the best offer? Like, what comes back with the best return? Who works with you the most? And it just so happened that, like, 7-Eleven was doing so.
Okay. And had you ever ran a business before, or did you have any experience?
Nah, but it's not that hard. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah, all right.
Nah, I had never ran anything before. I worked for the government for many years. I was a manager of budget and policy analysis. I stepped into the corporate world as a project manager for the automotive industry. And so I had the business acumen to be able to figure it out. But I think owning a business isn't just about like the experience in which you have. Like, you have to be street smart. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just about like, I have a master's in accounting, so it's not just a matter of like knowing the numbers or knowing how to run a business. It's like, you got to be street smart. Like, it's a hustle out there. So you have to be completely well-rounded in order to understand it.
Yeah. Cause I know with even building a business, even starting a business, a lot of people, I feel like it's just more afraid of the unknown. Did you have any of that, or you just?
Oh no, for sure. Which is why I never thought that entrepreneurship would ever be for me. I like 9 to 5. I like being able to go home and say, fuck it. I mean, screw it at the end. Like, I like to be like that person that can just go home and chill. I don't like my check dependent on like what's going on. I want a guaranteed something. I want guaranteed health care. And still to this day, I still firmly believe in it. But it was a leap of faith that I just thought that I would take because it was such a strong leap of faith. Now, if you would have asked me if I was starting my own gas station outside of 7-Eleven, would I have done it? Probably not.
Okay. And here's something that I found out just doing research on you is this is your business.
You Googled me?
I did.
I tell people try to be disrespectful at the store. I'm like, have you Googled me?
I did. So this is your business, and you're pretty much just buying the 7-Eleven name.
The name, but everything within it is me. The inventory, payroll, everybody's checks say Rae Lawson Enterprise on the top of them. I hire and fire. I run accordingly, but it's the blueprint and the name in which I pay for, and kind of the easy accessibility to like what you need to. You know what I mean? Like, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's already out there.
Yeah, because that was something I was like, oh, okay. Because I always thought that when you franchise or when you own the name, it's like, no, everything is coming through McDonald's or everything is coming through 7-Eleven.
It can, like, for sure, but that's what I'm saying. Like
accounting.
No, okay. No. I think every franchise is different, and I don't want to get into the technicalities, but every franchise is different. It's just like who is more helpful than others. And I think that in the sense of it, like 7-Eleven does provide an accounting department for you. 7-Eleven does provide a payroll department for you. 7-Eleven does provide a merchandising department for you. It doesn't mean that they run your shit. It means that they are providing it for you as a convenience. So that way we can literally focus on running the business. So you don't have to go out and find, don't get me wrong, I do have an accountant for my personal side. You know what I mean? Like, I do have an accountant for my business taxes, but it's saving you to have to go out and find a good person to keep your books. It's saving you to keep having to go find this and having to go to find. It just makes it simpler.
Okay. They just give you access. They have everything staffed for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always thought that, and I guess this is where my ignorance come in. That
just the unknown.
Yeah, and I just feel like oh, okay, these people just own these parts of 7-Eleven, and you have to pay. This is my idea, and I don't know if it's anybody else's, but this is what I thought. You pay 7-Eleven $50,000 to $100,000. They lend you the name, and once you pretty much paid that money back, then that's when you start making your profit.
No.
It's nothing like that.
Nah. In a sense, but it's not like that at all. If you come in and you come in with a bang, you immediately start making money. It's not like, which is why I chose franchising, because franchising at the end of the day, like, you can come in and start making money because the name already speaks for itself. As opposed, if you have a mom and pop gas station across the street from a 7-Eleven, not on a freeway, people who are traveling 9 times out of 10 are going to choose a 7-Eleven. So you're automatically going to make money, as opposed to a mom and pop who get maybe some traffic, maybe some neighborhoods if they put themselves out there. But the good thing about a franchise is that a lot of times you can start making a profit immediately. It ain't a lot of money, but yeah. Okay. And no, I don't owe nobody no money.
Okay.